We're sitting in the most fabulous golf cart you've ever seen in your life. It's a Rolls-Royce golf cart. It's electric, and Evel Knievel's at the wheel. And who else among the famous people of the world own golf carts like this, Evel?
Well, these are actually built in the East and distributed in Palm Springs. I know Bob Hope has one, and Jackie Gleason has one.
And we really have the
I think
symbol
there are
of...
a dozen of them around the country.
And we really have the symbol of the Rolls-Royce right down in front there on the...
cart. It's electric. It's got a convertible top that goes on it you can take off and put on.
Now, we're right in front of Evel Knievel's beautiful home overlooking the 16th hole of the Butte Country Club. And this gives you a little chance to brag about one of the best too, but never had an opportunity to do much with, and that's architecture.
Well, I designed this house myself and did make some mistakes in it, but it was a lot of fun building it, and I had the stonework done by a friend of mine. In fact, everybody that worked on this house was a personal friend of mine. I did not ask one single man for a bid. They just did the job and handed me a bill, and I know that everybody treated me fairly. And it's been a beautiful home, and we do enjoy it. My grandmother lives with me in a portion of the house, and it's about 5,500 square feet.
I was going to ask you how many rooms you have in it.
Well, how many rooms?
I haven't counted lately, huh?
There's 5 bathrooms, and I don't know how many rooms exactly. There's the art studio downstairs, and the putting green, and the hunting room, and the exercise room, and
music room.
3 bedrooms and a music room, and 3 baths, and it's pretty good size, I'll tell you that.
You've got some marvelous possessions, including cars. How many cars do you have at the moment?
Well, we have 3 here at the house, and then my equipment just arrived on a ship from Australia this afternoon in Seattle, so all the rest of the equipment will be here for the 4th of July parade.
I'm just going to give you a final opportunity to brag a little bit about your family. You have a gal from Butte who's been your wife for how many years now?
20 years.
And then 4 children, and their names and ages are?
Kelly is 18, and he's going to school in Helena.
Mm-hmm.
And Robbie is 16, and right now he's kind of going to the School of Hard Knocks. He's taking 5, and he's helping me around the house here all he can, and he's got himself a job. And Tracy is 15. She goes to Butte Central. And we have a little daughter, Alicia Jo. She's a month and 2 weeks, and Linda and I have been married just about 20 years.
This is a side of Evel Knievel not a lot of people do see, the family man, the husband, and the golf cart owner in front of his own home here in Butte. Thank you very much, Evel.
Thanks. That's all right. This hole is my golf.
Okay, I'm going to just, all right. Looking at a nutritional label. For example, Andy has 2 products, exactly the same. This is one by one company, one by another in fruit cocktail. This says calories 170, and this says calories 90. But in actuality, if you read it closely, the 90 is really more. And why is that, Andy?
Well, it's an interesting point you mentioned, because the 90 calories refers to a serving that happens to be a half a cup.
Mm-hmm.
The 170 calories refers to a serving that's 1 cup.
Mm-hmm.
So if you consider it on the equal weight or volume basis, this would actually be 180 calories versus 170. So you must be very careful when you read the label, but if you read it carefully, you can learn quite a bit.
Do you really think that the average consumer cares how much protein or how much niacin or how much phosphorus is in a product?
Well, she may care, or her doctor may tell her to watch certain things, but I think most consumers just don't understand the labeling, and they don't really use it effectively.
Mm-hmm. So it's up to manufacturers, producers like yourselves to get busy and get the message out to why it's being done.
Yes, I think the more you know about the particular product, the better choice you can make as far as the quantity, quality, and nutritional value is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the value of frozen products. I mean, many people buy products fresh and then go home and put them in their freezer anyway, don't they?
Yes.
And as a master baker at one time, what about the freshness of something that's been frozen?
Well, it all depends. If you buy a product fresh on the market and put it in the freezer, the chances are that the product is not going to taste as good as if you buy a frozen Sara Lee cake, for instance, and thaw it. Well, there's a good reason for that. Sara Lee is using air temperature of minus 120 and 140 degrees to freeze the product instantaneously as it is coming out of the oven. If you freeze your food from a thawed state, it may take you 2-3 days to bring it down to 0 degrees, because your freezer probably is 0 at best, probably plus 10 or even warmer. The faster you freeze, the fresher the product gets.
Do you have test kitchens where you're constantly coming up with new products? And apparently the weight-conscious public today has made Sara Lee come out with weight-conscious food.
Yes, we are constantly searching for new ideas. We find out what people want, and we try to satisfy a need. And yogurt being now such an important staple in the American diet, we feel that we would like to help the American public eat a fine yogurt cake.
All right. We hope we've helped you today to become a little bit more familiar with nutritional labeling, and just read it carefully and you may get the information you're looking for. And we've been talking with Andy Wolf, representing Sara Lee, and I'm Norma Ashby, reporting from the National AWRT Convention in Los Angeles. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Norma.